So, getting free inventory for your business is actually pretty easy in today's age. As long as you have a smartphone and a car to go get the inventory, then it's really not that hard. And I'm going to teach you exactly how I did this in my own business that allowed me to get over 3,000 books completely free and over thousands of dollars in profit. So, with that being said, let's jump into it. So before we get into the how you can get free inventory, let's talk about the why. And that's why will people actually give you anything? So most of the time, people collect things over their life. We've all done it. We've all been shopping and bought things that we didn't need. And eventually we threw something out, whether it be, recycling it, throwing it in the trash, or donating it somewhere like Goodwill. We all are culprits of this. And myself included, I have been known to throw out video games and whatnot before I started selling on Amazon because, I no longer played them. And people just like me, people just like you, have things at their house that they no longer want and they want to get rid of them. So, if you are able to make it hassle free for them, and if you are able to benefit some type of cause, then they are usually more inclined to choose you as a person they trust with their goods in order to help the cause. And not only that, make room for the more stuff that they're going to buy eventually. So, let's talk about how. How can you get free stuff? Okay, so first off, you need a good cause. In my particular case, my cause was to help the elderly have access to more reading in nursing home facilities. If you've ever been to a nursing home facility, you may know that their reading selection is sometimes at bare minimums, and some of the residents there read a ton. Now, granted, not all residents are going to read, but regardless, it's a good cause. If we can provide more reading material for the residents who want to read, then that is a life improvement for that resident of that nursing home. And so that was my mission that I chose. So the first thing I did was I made a post on Facebook. Now, with Facebook, there are several different ways for you to post. I'm going to go through a couple different examples. The first example will be posting on your main feed. So when you post on your main feed, this shares your post with all of your friends, your Facebook friends. Now, not all of your friends are going to be willing to help. We know this, but it's a good place to start. And you may get a couple good leads for people who are wanting to get rid of books or DVDs, video games, CDs, you name it, just junk. And so you want to make sure that in your post that you're telling the people what you will take, because you don't want to show up in a Honda advertising junk removal and then they want you to remove a couch. That's just not how it works. In order for you to do this well, you definitely need to be detailed in what you're looking for and how it will help the cause that you're after. So, in my situation, I was looking for books, it was reading material for the elderly, and I only did a pickup if they had a set amount of books. My number was 100. So, 100 plus books I would go and pick up. And usually, when people have 100 plus books they're willing to get rid of, you're able to get a few good books out of that to sell on Amazon. Now, I always disclose the fact that about 5 to 10% of the items will be sold to be used for gas money to hold out the cause. Essentially, I had to have a way to use some of the money and let people know that I'm going to be selling some of this stuff. However, 90 to 95% of all goods will be donated to the residents at whatever uh community nursing home, whatever you're going to donate it to, whether it be like, an outreach program for kids that need books. You're going to get a lot of kids books, not really what you want as an FBA seller. So you really have to be very particular on how your calls will help. But you've got your post on Facebook, all your friends can see it, they know what the cause is, and they can now reach out to you if they would like to help. Secondly, there is an option within Facebook called Facebook Neighborhoods. And so this is basically going to allow you to connect with your neighbors. These are going to be people in your immediate local area. And this is really good because you're just coming off as a really good neighbor. You're looking to help the community. And this is how you're providing help. And you're asking help from all of the other members of the community. And those that feel inclined to help will. So that would be the second place I would also make a post. And thirdly, I would make a post in all, not just one or two, but all of the buy sell groups that are in your area. So if you don't know what a buy sell group is, you can just look up buy/sell group in Facebook, and more than likely there will be more than one or two of them in your area. And so I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina, and in Charlotte, there's got to be at least 20 different buy or sell groups. I'm in the 10 biggest. And basically, I will post to those groups and ask from people all over the Charlotte metro area. And sometimes it goes even a little further than that for the same exact thing. And I get good results with this because I've got so many eyes looking at my listing or my post that it doesn't take very long for you to start to build up people. Just, hey, are you still taking books? Hey, are you still taking DVDs? How can I help? This, that, and the other. And if you are passionate about it and you're really carrying out all the needs to really create the cause that you'd like to impact, then yeah, it's going to be a self-serving purpose. With that being said, there is also one other place that you definitely want to get your post, and that is Nextdoor. And if you don't know what Nextdoor is an app. And this app will allow you to connect to all of your neighbors in your immediate area. And typically they're broken into neighborhoods, and you get access to like up to 20 neighborhoods around you. So you can communicate with people, not just necessarily in your neighborhood, but some of the neighborhoods around you. And this is actually where Facebook neighborhoods came from. They stole Nextdoor's idea and implemented it into Facebook. But, I'm not here to, get into that. I'm just saying this is another good platform for you to make this same post. And so one of the things that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to post this consistently. If people see you more than once, they're more likely to help. So one of the things that you want to do is create you about 5 different posts, all very similar. And you definitely want to include pictures in all of your posts. If you can use pictures that help define what you're looking for a customer, let's say a bookshelf, and you go in and edit it and you add words to it that say looking for books to help my cause, or whatever your cause is. You can be as specific as you like. The entire importance of the picture is not only for people to be able to easily see your post or read your post. It's also to help Facebook match you with more viewers, because it is a social network. And with that being said, it knows what's trending, what's not. And so sometimes you may post this 3 or 4 times and you might not get that many eyes on it, but all it takes is one time for someone to share it, like it, comment, and then next thing you know, you've got 20, 30, 40, 100 eyes on your one post, and you could get 5, 10 calls just off of that. And now you have so many different places that you got to go and pick up books from. So now you've got your posts out there, you've got messages coming in, your phone's ringing. Now you're having to deal with the logistics. So going to go and pick up things, items, the donated goods, whatever you want to call it, you have to go and pick them up. And so one of the best things that I would recommend is putting off all of your pickups into one day. Sometimes that's not possible. Sometimes you have to go and do it now because, hey, they're cleaning the house out. It's either you can come pick them up today or they're going to get thrown away. And so sometimes you have to fight that. Um, and sometimes you're able to, sometimes people are not patient. So you're just going to have to just keep on hustling at it. But this will be one of the easiest ways for you to get free inventory for your business. Because if you get a 3,000 book haul like myself, it's no surprise that you can easily end up with 100 solid FBA books. And so, yeah, it is a lot of work, but if you're really passionate about the cause that you're trying to help, then it won't feel like much work. You just scan through all your books, take the ones you want, and then take the rest to wherever it's going to benefit people the most. And that's what I did. And if you think that it was easy, it's not. I had to call a bunch of nursing homes, and then I had one agree to let me come and drop off as many books as their library would hold. So what I did is I got in there. Um, I went and I got in the recreational room where they do activities at, and they allowed me to set up a bunch of tables and display the books all along the tables. And we just kind of got as many residents as we could and told them that we were giving away free books to come and pick out a free book. And I told them it didn't matter how many books you got, 5, 10, 20, it doesn't matter. Just if you see something interesting, grab it. It's yours to keep. And that made me feel really good. So I'm really glad that I was able to do that and have that experience. Now I do not do that anymore because it's very time consuming. And with my business model, I would personally rather buy books than to get books in for free and then have to deal with all of the other books that I cannot sell. Now, granted, you can definitely do this and you can do it for quite some time, but you do have to be willing to go out and do the work because it's not as easy as it sounds. So, if you guys found any of this information helpful, go ahead, hit the like button, smash the subscribe button. You already know what to do. Hit the bell, and then don't miss out on any of my content because I'm bringing value here, guys, just so you can be a better seller on Amazon. And I'm doing it in every way I can. And so here's a bonus tip for you guys. If you want more resources that are available to you, I have recently launched my website, TaltonRobertson.com. That's TaltonRobertson.com. Don't forget it. You can go on there and you can see all of the resources I've provided. I'm talking books that really are entrepreneurial and will help lead you in the right direction of your entrepreneurial journey. Secondly, we have this recommended softwares, and that goes from everything from listing softwares to scouting softwares, data softwares, repricing softwares, just all of the tools that I use in my business. And thirdly, I've also got a bunch of different products that I use, and that goes from Scotty peelers to Bluetooth scanners to even the kind of tape and boxes that I use. So go ahead, hop over there, check out the site. Be sure to sign up with a product or find that software service that you need to add value to your business. And let's just keep it hustling, guys. And until next time, y'all stay out there, keep up the hustle.